Today on the DNVR pregame show for Colorado versus West Virginia, did Coach Prime do enough with the changes at quarterback and play caller to deliver a win this week? We'll talk the recent injury update, Rodney Colton's visit, Prime players, and Bubs Nation
Squad.
Coming to you live from the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. It's the DNVR pregame show for West Virginia. We are presented by our friends over at Coors Light and Game Time. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door by going to CoorsLight.com/DNVR. You get all your tickets on the Game Time app when you use the promo code BUFFS. You'll get $20 off your first purchase. Well, we are here. Everything we wanted to happen happened this week.
For real.
New quarterback, new play caller. It's an early road game.
Yeah.
You have an opportunity to get back in the win column and really turn things around.
Yes, sir.
Uncle Neely will be joining us for the second segment. He'll bring us updates from West Virginia and from practice this week. Scotty Deep Pockets, my man. How you doing?
My dog, bro. I'm feeling all right, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I'm hanging in there. It's a Friday, you know what I'm saying? Can't be too mad about that. It's a new era, like you alluded to, with this Colorado football program. And I'm excited to see what that looks like for the first time. Shout out to Timothy Isaac in the chat.
Hell yeah.
Checking in from Milwaukee. Milwaukee, Denver, my second home, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Let's have a good pregame here today.
Yes, sir.
Because I have a feeling tomorrow is going to be one of those days. That's a fun one. You know what I'm saying?
I hope so.
I'm looking forward to it.
I sure hope so. We'll get to the injury report here. But yeah, we've talked all week about the changes at quarterback and play caller. We've only really a little bit, though, I think on Wednesday when the play caller stuff became official, talked about this offense and how it could really potentially look.
Yeah.
This weekend. You've changed the two biggest things you could possibly change about the offense without literally taking it out back, throwing it all away, and trying to start anew, which is impossible, of course, at this time of year.
Yeah.
What changes, if any, are you looking for or hoping to see at the very least this weekend?
I would just love to see, there's a few things I love to see, right? It's got to look very much different. I think one thing that just popped into my mind was sustained drives.
Yes.
3 and outs have killed this offense this year. And because of that, it's killed the defense a lot too.
Yep.
Because even when the defense, puts together a strong drive or two, offense goes 3 and out and you're right back out there on the field. Unwilling or unable to kind of catch your breath and kind of recalibrate and maybe look at the iPad and look at how the offense is trying to attack you. The 3 and outs have really hurt this team. 12 3 and outs over the last 2 weeks. 12. That's absolutely unacceptable. So one of the things I'm looking for is just, like I said, sustained drives. Put together a 6, 7, 8 play drive that takes 5, 6, 7 minutes of game clock, off the clock. And that is going to help Julian get into a rhythm as well. It's obviously going to help the defense, stay off the field and stay fresh. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to as well. I mentioned it yesterday, getting Julian in a rhythm early.
Yeah.
And, we talked about it a little bit yesterday with Coach Prime talking to Mark Johnson, the coach's show, how, since Shedeur was a kid, he always wanted to start his quarterback out 1-for-1.
Yep.
And a lot of those completions are screens. A lot of them are behind the line of scrimmage. That's just Coach Prime's philosophy. And obviously screen is a touchy subject right now with this offense and this program. But whether that is getting him started with an easy completion at the gate or multiple easy completions at the gate, you got to get this guy into a rhythm because this is his first start. Let's not lose sight of that. This is his first chance, his first opportunity to do something he's never done before, which is start a college football game on the road against a Big 12 opponent. So this is going to be new for him. And I think Ju is ready for this. But like I said yesterday as well, he's going to need some help. He's going to need some help from Brett Bartolone, his new play caller. To be put in positions to succeed. It's got to be a lot of third and short, too.
Yes.
Third and long is not where you want to be, particularly with a freshman quarterback, particularly on the road, particularly if there's going to be some rain in the forecast. I don't know. I haven't really looked at it today. But
everything I saw said Saturday's likely going to be okay.
I love that.
So
I love that.
I'll get an update, though.
For sure. So those are the two things, right? Get into a rhythm, get Julian into a rhythm. And also I want to see the tight ends more involved as well. That was one thing that, I said this week. I didn't notice a big difference in the offense last week with Bartolone calling plays as opposed to Shermer the week before. But one thing that you did notice was that Zach Atkins was a lot more involved.
Yeah.
5 catches, a season high for him, more than double his previous season high. that's a security blanket for a young quarterback, that tight end position more times than not.
Yep.
And I feel like Zach Atkins has just been criminally underused and underutilized this offseason. Bro is a player. He can really play, and he's very versatile as well. So those are three things out the gate that I'm really looking forward to, that I think Brett Bartolone has in his bag to be able to change a little bit, to alter how this offense has looked. How about you, though?
Yeah, first off with the weather, I mean, just going to weather.com. Today it is pretty nasty out there.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, though, I mean, they're going to easily have their best chance of a dry day this entire weekend. So,
Say less.
I don't know. Like, I mean, you never know, especially out there, you know, when the weather's going to change or what it's going to do when it comes to rain and all that. But I don't know. You just keep on going. You're going to have to throw the ball anyways to win this football game. You're going to have to put up some points to win this football game. So for the offense, it's two things in particular that I've been looking and wanting to see all year that we just haven't for whatever reason. Can we move the pocket?
Yeah.
Take a page right out of West Virginia's playbook. What did they do to set Scotty Fox Jr. up so well in terms of getting him easy completions and ease into the game and making him feel like he's, you know, really in control? It's moving the pocket, giving him a chance to make a throw on the run or just turn it upfield. Just easy decisions. I mean, you're kind of cutting the field in half in some of those instances as well.
Yeah.
You can cut off half the protection, like all that stuff. You can slide one way, you know what I mean? Like, so you don't have Julian just standing back there, you know, in position to tee off. I mean, we'll get to the injuries here in a bit. Jordan's so questionable. Like, I feel okay about the offensive line as it stands right now, but I want to see that. I want to see some shots.
Yeah.
Go deep. You know, you are right that they need to manufacture some drives. But sometimes you just got to do it yourself. You just got to jumpstart it yourself. Like, you can try and, you know, meticulously go down the field in 10 plays, 6 minutes or whatever with a touchdown. I mean, that's ideal, right? But sometimes, I mean, no one's going to, you know, be upset if you get a 50, 60-yard touchdown again.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? So some quick scores, especially early on, just to get the team's confidence back, I think, and make them feel like, all right, we are in this. Even if the defense does let up a score on the second, third, or I guess we're due for the fourth play this week. You know what I mean? So you're going to have a running game too.
Got to.
We'll get to the injury report here in a second, but with Micah and Dallin and Cam and Draylon, like, you got some guys back there who can do some damage. And I think just having a quarterback who is going to threaten downfield and threaten to complete passes in the, you know, intermediate to deep areas of the field you're gonna see the benefits in the run game. I mean, they're not gonna be able to stack the box
For sure.
Constantly if Julian's just able to, you know, stay on track. I'm not asking for 100% completion, but just stay on track.
I mean, the running game is absolutely mandatory tomorrow in different ways. It can't just be line it up, run it up the middle. It can't just be your typical inside zone scheme. Like, it's got to be some creative ways in getting different guys involved. You mentioned all those. It seems you're pretty healthy at the running back spot. I mean, obviously, it seems like we've kind of gotten used to being without Simeon and DeKalen at this point. But Dallin, Micah, Draylon, Cam, like you mentioned, each of those guys brings something different, and each of those guys' talents and skill sets have to be tapped into on Saturday, because, like I said, the running game is mandatory. You cannot put Julian in a position in his first start on the road where he has to drop back and throw it 40, 45 times. That is not what anybody wants to see, unless he's just like that. Unless it's like 38 of 45 for like 330, then we'll be all right. But ideally, you want this to be a balanced attack. You want to be able to run for over 100 and let's call it 30 plus yards at minimum. You want to keep Julian in my opinion, the 28 to 32 pass attempts range. And time of possession, like I said, is going to be massive in this game. I'm almost willing to bet the winner of time possession in this game tomorrow wins the game.
Yeah.
That's just what it is when you got 2, 3, and 6 teams, 2 freshman quarterbacks.
Turnovers, too.
And turnovers as well. The winner of the turnover battle, the winner of the time possession is probably going to win the game. So those are two things that are in control of Brett Bartolone in particular, how you call these plays. And obviously it's going to come down to execution as well and staying on the field. But putting Julian in comfortable situations is priority number one really tomorrow.
For sure. Let's get to the injury report. A little bit of changes here. I mean, RJ Johnson's now listed as out. You get one play from him last week, and now he's back to being out. That's just a bummer, and it doesn't help this secondary that's been struggling, especially when Tawfiq Byers going to be out for the first half as well. You're going to be down like 3 or 4 starters in that secondary.
Especially with DJ McKinney now doubtful.
Yep, DJ McKinney's now doubtful. Simeon Price has not moved.
No. And I mentioned that yesterday with DJ. Like I said yesterday, it's a legitimate questionable. Like
Yeah.
I saw him after the game, and he didn't look like somebody who was going to be immediately suited up the following week. So it's this is somebody who has been in the lineup for this Colorado secondary since he became a Buffalo.
Yep.
Dating back to last offseason. So with him out, potentially with RJ out, with Makari out, it's going to be a lot of Ivan Yates. And I don't know after that what it's really going to look like. And again,
You
Coach
better
Prime,
hope you don't see what happens after that.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. And like Coach Prime, he said it jokingly this week, but as we get closer to game day, he realized that he wasn't really joking, that he wishes he could suit up because of how thin they are at cornerback
100%.
this week.
And then Jordan Seaton still listed as questionable. I mean,
I'm not too worried.
I hope not, man.
I'm not worried.
You can't have that.
No,
You just can't have that.
no, you can't.
So we'll see. Larry Johnson's also still listed as doubtful too. So there's a chance that you could be without both of your starting tackles. potentially.
Yeah, Larry Johnson being out isn't ideal.
He was in a boot last week too. I'd honestly
Right.
be surprised if he plays.
Right. It seemed like that was a lot of Kareem Harden last week.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. At the other tackle spot. So yeah, I mean, this is the time of year, but nobody wants to hear it because everybody's hurt. Everybody's got injuries.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, West Virginia, this is probably the most we've seen most players we've seen on an opposing out list
for
all
sure.
year. I mean, a lot of these guys are out for the season, so it's not really anything that's a big change for them there. And plus, they've just had to kind of adapt on the fly all season long. I mean, that might be where they have you in a bit of a disadvantage, is that this team has just been dealing with injuries, quarterbacks in and out of the lineup, like uncertainty across the board all year. They've just been finding ways
For sure.
constantly. Whereas Colorado, though, this is like, it's kind of like the breaking case of emergency type of thing, what you did with quarterback and play callers. So you're going to have to see results and try and match them because they've been pretty prolific offensively, at least last week. But the last 2 weeks, they've showed some promise.
How realistic is it, Jake, for us to see a drastically different offense with a new play caller tomorrow?
Not very. It's just, RK brought it up, the bye week's coming up after this.
Yeah.
I think that's your big opportunity, if anything. It's not like I'd expect them to spend a lot of this week practicing new concepts and stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's putting in a bunch of new personnel sets and formations. So, I mean, it's tough to see. I'd imagine there'd be some wrinkles, though. There has to be.
There has to be. Because why else make the change?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure that's why Coach Prime made the change, is to have it look different.
I'd suggest probably playing with some tempo a bit, too. Like,
Some hurry up? Oh, yeah.
I mean, especially if you get that first down.
For sure.
And you're not immediately going 3 and out. Like, I would not suggest doing it right off rip because you have not proven that you can
Facts.
maintain any consistency there yet. But if Julian's rolling, man, I mean, why not embrace the tempo? I mean, I'm trying to say everything I can without saying go back to last year's offense, really, because we've talked enough about the similarities between how Julian and Shedeur play the game. And if Julian is able to kind of show some of that tomorrow, then, I mean, you could just imagine him, what you said. Like, if he has to go out there and throw 45 times, he probably could. But, again, that might be asking too much.
And I'm just going to take a second here to think about what this could potentially look like from an ultra positive perspective. Like, there's a chance Juju goes out there tomorrow and absolutely balls out and becomes one of the stories of college football, at least this season, going into next season. Because, again, we've talked about it. This is a former 5-star recruit.
Yep.
One of the most highly touted quarterbacks out of the high school ranks over the last decade or so. And for him to finally get this opportunity and potentially run with it like he might tomorrow, that could be like something special
100%.
that the whole college football world is going to have to take notice of.
Yep.
And I feel like it's been a while since the whole college football world has really descended on what Colorado is going on in a positive way.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Been a long time, actually.
Yeah. It's been too long.
It has. But, I mean, I think that's what makes tomorrow so exciting in a way, too, is
Yeah.
it's kind of everything's on the table. again, right?
Facts.
In a certain way, obviously. All right, let's take our first break. And then Neely will join us here very, very shortly. Shout out to the homies over at Curse Light. Yes, a lot of people have asked. We're not going to the game tomorrow. We're going to be here, but we are going to be doing a watch along. So we'll have a stream live during the game. Come hang out with us. We'll be talking through it all, and then we'll do post game immediately after that. And we're going to be crushing a few Curse Lights while doing so. There's going to be tons of Bus fans here at the bar watching the game as well. We're all going to be, cheers and Curse Lights, and hopefully watching Julian Lewis and the Buffs score many touchdowns and win this game. Even if you're not at the bar, though, you can get Curse Light pretty much wherever they sell beer, but you can also get it delivered straight to your door when you visit CoorsLight.com/DNVR. Make sure you celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado beer.
And shout out to the squad, our good friends over at Bet365, man. Y'all already know what's going on, man. We watched Thursday Night Football, which was kind of a bit of a slugfest.
We don't need to talk about it,
I don't even think that's the right word.
It was ugly. It was disgusting.
You know what it was? It was a typical Thursday Night Football game. That's really what it was, if we're keeping it a bean. But
I guess so.
If you're trying to get in on the action, maybe potentially for the Buffs tomorrow, who are 6.5-point underdogs, or maybe for Sunday's NFL slate, Bet365 is the place to get it all in. And man, especially with their Bet365 early payout offer. This applies to both the NFL and college football. You're a winner if your team goes up by 17 points, period. Instant payout on straight bets and parlay selections. They are marked as winners. Download the app. Use code DNVR365 when you sign up. New customers now get $200 in bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose. Sign up. Use that code that I just mentioned, DNVR365. Deposit $10 and place a bet for $5 to get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. Bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, player props, futures, and more. So whatever the moment, it's never ordinary over at Bet365. You must be 21 plus and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. Shout out to Bet365.
All right. Uncle Neely will be joining us here shortly. We'll get the lowdown from West Virginia and from practice this week. Let's talk a little bit of recruiting, though, while we wait for him to join the show. We got some news earlier today from Rodney Colton Jr. He's going to be back at the crib, he said. Pack Folsom Field and get him lit for the final home game of the year against Arizona State in 2 weeks from tomorrow. It's great news. I mean, is he now your highest rated commit in the class?
I think I'll let you know in like 5 seconds.
So,
yes, he is. Yes,
right.
he is.
So it's important. And he's 100% locked in, it seems. He re-emphasized that when Preston and him and DeMonte Timms and who else was here. It seemed like all the commits were here.
For sure.
For the, was it the Iowa State game?
I think that's right, yep.
So he's coming back again this week. We'll see who joins with him. I mean, he's going to get a chance to see his new quarterback at least.
Yes, sir. And did you see what he tagged in his tweet about him? The first account he tagged at Juju for Heisman.
Let's go, man.
Shout out Rodney, man. And again, he said the crib. He said, I'll go back to the crib. That's what you need, man. He was at Ole Miss for a visit last week, but like you mentioned, he's following that up with another visit to Colorado. So yeah, you got to keep Rodney Colton involved, especially at that spot, at that linebacker position, which we all know has to be improved, particularly through the high school ranks. Because this program has tried the last couple of years to find answers at linebacker via the transfer portal. It worked last year. Hasn't exactly worked this year.
Yep.
But we all know that the best way to get dogs is to get them out of the high school level and develop them. And Rodney Colton certainly fits that bill, man. Him and Carson Crawford, even throwing Kobe Johnson in that mix as well. I'm really excited for these three linebackers that have already committed to the Buffs in this 2026 class.
And you need them. I mean, you look at the team this year, it's clearly one of the weakest positions, at least defensively. Depth has really hurt them, I think, there. they've really started looking for answers early in the season at that position too, right?
For sure.
Like it was Georgia Tech when they were rotating in Sean Myers and a bunch of other guys just looking for something there. What are you looking at?
I was just saying, even Martavius French, grad transfer. Jeremiah Brown, out of here after this year. Sean Myers, out of here after this year.
Yep.
I look, he didn't realize that Reggie had another year left.
It's great news.
That is great news. But, I mean, yeah, the guys coming back is just Reggie, Kylan, Mentrez, obviously, Goldberg, and Bolapena. Those are your 5 linebackers who have at least one more year of eligibility currently on the roster. So you got 3 in the fold in this 2026 class. Yeah.
Yeah, need them.
Need it.
We'll see who else shows up. I feel like it's tough when you're not winning as much. Obviously, you're not going to have these big visit weekends like you've had in the past.
Yeah.
And it's been, I think, a lot of emphasis on kind of retaining guys to this point, right?
Definitely.
And getting Rodney Colton back, it's going to be huge. He obviously just had another decommitment this week as well. So, stay tuned. More to come from. There's a big offer that came out earlier this week as well from Maxwell Hiller from Pennsylvania. The 2027 5-star interior offensive lineman is the top-ranked interior offensive lineman in the class. So, again, they're really targeting high school recruiting, I think, going forward, and you're seeing this shift. I mean, you have to, especially at these positions, front seven and trenches on the offense. So that's a big one. Obviously, stay tuned, and we'll see. They've been putting some work in on the 2027 class. Are we ready, Alyssa? All right.
Preston Ashley posted a video yesterday, too, of him locking down some 6'6" receiver. He's so locked in, bro.
I know.
Like, that strikes
They need him,
me.
like, tomorrow.
Bro, that's kind of where I was going to go. I'm like, he really just strikes me as like, yep, you're going to be involved as a freshman.
Yeah.
You're going to find yourself on the field as a freshman. And CU needs those type of guys. Look at that face right there.
Hey.
What's cracking?
Hey, where's Preston Ashley from?
Mississippi.
Just sip. That was a perfect segue, actually. What up, Unc? How you feeling?
Feeling good, brothers. Feeling good, man. Y'all are looking great, sounding great. How y'all feel?
Pretty good. Scotty's he's playing hurt a little bit, but he's doing great.
Hey, as long as I look better than I feel, I'll take that. Hey, what's the weather in West Virginia like right now?
Dog, let me tell you something. Let me. I don't even want to give you that coach speak where they say, "Oh, it rains on both teams," blah 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 blah. The forecast actually moved up, which I think is a great thing. It was like a 80% chance of rain tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
But the rain is here now, and tomorrow during the game is actually clear.
Hell yeah.
But when you talk about it's cold and rainy out there at practice today, no rain, but just like a windstorm. So I don't know what the wind will be like tomorrow, but no rain in the forecast. So hopefully we'll get to see both of these freshman quarterbacks be quarterbacks because the weather got here sooner than they thought and it's moving out quicker than they thought.
Most definitely. I saw a clip from practice where Coach Prime was telling the team, like, listen, hey, don't let this weather impact how you work today. Did you feel like the team received that message and got the work in out there in West Virginia that they need to in preparation for this game?
Oh, absolutely. The parts I watched, because I let the weather impact how I worked, I wouldn't sit on the bus.
As you should.
I'm just, look, it's like in the words of Coach Brian, I'll cry to you before I lie to you. I didn't stay out there the whole time. But no, the guys were upbeat. Coach Brian was upbeat. Had a great practice, great walkthrough. Juju was looking good in his throws. And they were, having conversations with Pat Shermer about how to play in the wind. Should it be windy tomorrow? And the receivers were adjusting to it well. But again, I really think the weather is going to, or hopefully clear out of here, by game time tomorrow. But it was good to see the guys actually getting to practice at a normal time of day that they're typically accustomed to practicing. And game time kickoff will be about that same time as well.
I mean, we need that to come through. The last 2 games have obviously been unacceptable, and the last road game was completely unacceptable. So, Coach Prime has pushed all the buttons. Hopefully that game time kind of helps as well. But with Julian Unk, just what have you seen from him? Obviously being named the starting quarterback, just how has he responded this week? How has he kind of attacked that responsibility that's now been put on his shoulders?
He looks the part, man. As Coach Prime talked about in the press conference about being vocal, you hear his voice more, you recognize his voice more. And let me give a shout out to K Salt today, who was also, you can't, Scotty, as you know, as a quarterback, you can't practice with just one quarterback. Everybody's
Yep.
still involved.
Yep.
And when he was doing his reps, he was challenging the receivers, to step up and bring more energy. So
Love that.
there's still a active quarterback room, even though there's been a switch for who's going to be QB1. But what I saw out of Julian today at practice, or even this week at practice, is what you recruited him for. He is who he is, and now the readiness meets the opportunity on the road game, and we'll just see how it all plays out. But everyone is optimistic about it. I think it's lit a spark under this team.
That's what I was going to ask you next. Has the team responded to this change? I think. I mean, you look at what's happened the last 2 weeks. Clearly, I mean, I'm not going to say it's an effort issue, but or guys have quit, but it looks like they've, when things get tough, it's really hard to get back and get anything positive for this team. Just so that's good to hear. I mean, can you tell us anything more on that? The team also kind of responding to the change at that position as well.
I saw it during the game. That's first and
Mm.
foremost. When Juju went in, even the players who were on the bench, were excited and happy to see it. And then when he did that big run and threw that touchdown pass, got even more exciting on the bench and the sideline. The scoreboard was a scoreboard at that point, but it was energetic, and I think that just spilled over, into practice. Particularly when they got to the team meeting on Sunday, and it was official for them that Juju would be the starter. In Coach Prime's words, it's going to be a freshman quarterback versus a freshman quarterback. And so all this week you see energy in the building surrounding that spark. And I think it's going to translate. It's going to give us a boost. I think our issue, man, is again not an effort thing or not a quitting thing. I think that when adversity hits, the first thing to leave us is technique and attention to detail, such as with tackling. It just snowballs. When we miss one tackle, instead of saying, okay, that's it leads to three more missed tackles. And then next thing you know, you got 15 missed tackles. So this week has really been a back to the basics week. Coach Prime had the sleds out for the offensive linemen, so they can get their bodies back adjusted to striking lower and finishing blocks lower. Same thing with the wide receivers doing blocking drills and the linebackers doing open field tackling drills. So I don't think there's going to be like a major playbook change, for Juju's success. It's just going to be emphasis on blocking and tackling. Let's play football.
Should we hit a break? Can I ask one more?
No, yeah, go for it.
One last thing for me on Juju. You alluded it to in one of your answers earlier. Coach Prime alluded to it on Tuesday as well, where he was like, Juju was more talkative. He was more communicative on the sideline on Saturday, once he entered the game. I'm curious from your perspective if you've seen him, because I think from a physical standpoint, Julian's ready. Do you feel like from a leadership standpoint, because that's something that obviously comes with the position, that comes with the territory, it's something that Coach Prime has been outward adamant about that he needs from not only the quarterback position, from everybody, leadership. Do you feel like Juju, even as a true freshman, maybe has taken that on now that he has the starting quarterback title or role, so to speak?
I really do, and I think he's had the advantage of being an understudy, for 7.5 weeks.
Yeah.
And so he's seen what more senior guy in the room has to do, or even seeing some of the things maybe a senior guy shouldn't do. And let me tell you
Right.
this, Scotty. I don't know about you, but I'm the youngest of three boys, and there's a lot of times I avoided an ass whooping because I remember what my two other brothers got theirs whooped
Tell me he's
for.
entering
And so sometimes you can learn from the mistakes of others. And so I think that you've just seen a progression in his ability, or not throwing the ball, a progression in ability to be the leader of a team. And so he's more vocal, he's more communicative. I think he's holding people to a standard for the team,
Yeah.
and he's poised right now more than ever this season to lead that team out that locker room.
Hell yeah.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Unc, but like Julian's kind of been there and done that already, obviously, at the high school level. I mean, played at a very high level out there in Georgia, delivered his team, to national or to state titles, state title games. Like he's kind of familiar being in this role, and I think a lot of the guys on this team respect him for what he did in high school. And obviously, they all knew about him, coming up through the ranks and all that. Some of them played against him or with him. It just feels like he's finally kind of like, I don't want to say coming of age, but like he's really built for this, and it's just what you're really seeing play out in Boulder right now, or in West Virginia.
No, I think coming of age is a proper term for it. I mean,
Okay.
the guy literally turned 18 this semester. So that's one
Crazy.
thing we got to keep reminding ourselves of. He was just 17 years old while we're doing spring ball and summer workouts and fall camp, and he's officially 18-year-old and had time to be an understudy in the QB room. And I think what has happened, particularly in that game where he got reps and then at practice this week, the guys on the team who get to know QB two or QB three, from a social standpoint, have gotten to know him now from a football standpoint because it's just as many people you're talking about, Jake, that know what he accomplished in Georgia high school. There's a whole nother group that doesn't. They've never seen it before, and now they got to see it this week, and it's like, oh man, this guy can spin it. This guy does have legs. He does know the offense, and I think that just puts everybody in a more confident spot, including the defense and the special teams.
Oh, yeah.
Let's take a break real quick, and then we'll get some more updates from Unk, and then get into prime players as well. And shout out the homies over at Taco Bell. Right now, they got the new Flamin' Hot Frito grilled cheese burrito going right now. They got the Baja Blast Pie. Unk, how do you feel about a Baja Blast Pie?
When you put pie in a sentence, it's gonna be hard for me to turn it down. And then you added blast. It doesn't even matter what the Baja is.
It's kind
I
of
like
going
blasting
viral right
pie.
now.
It's having a moment, huh?
Yeah, look, he is. I've seen it a lot. Like, not even just in like the DNVR circle.
I've tried it.
Yeah, do you love it?
Yeah, I mean, if you like Baja, kind of what Unk said, if you like Baja Blast, you like pie, it's hard to say that you'll hate this one. They're bringing back a lot of cool items on the Decades menu as well. If that's still around where you are, or if you're in Colorado, just hit up any Taco Bell, ask them for a Buffs box. You'll get 4 Taco Bell Classics with a player collectible cup for only $7. It's the best deal in food right now, maybe the best deal in America right now. Taco Bell is also a proud partner of CU Athletics and is donating $1,000 to the Golden Buffalo Scholarship Foundation for every CU touchdown scored in 2025. Live Moss at Taco Bell.
And shout out to the squad
Jake,
over at.
Go ahead.
let me give you a Taco Bell hit while you're right there. I know I'm interrupting the ad read, but this is part of the ad read. I was excited the other day for my Buff box, right? Because I was hungry and I wanted my Taco Bell. But I gotta admit, man, I wanted the presentation of the Buff box just as much as I wanted the food. And
Facts.
because it was
matters.
Grubhub, they just brought it in the bag. I think the lady stole like my signature cup
That
and
ain't it.
box. I was pretty heated, man.
Yeah, that ain't right. That ain't right.
That's half the experience. Getting the box, getting the cup.
Yep.
For real. They wow for that.
They're collectibles.
Like artifacts. If you
Yes,
ask me.
exactly.
Historical artifacts.
Well,
Gotta
she
have
collected
it.
mine.
For real. But shout out to the squad, our good friends as well over at Common Spirit Sports Medicine. This is for my athletes. This is for my weekend warriors and just anybody who loves to move, man. If you're experiencing any sports injury or chronic pain, the Common Spirit Mountain Region is home to an incredible sports medicine program, including the new Sports Center Common Spirit Health out in Parker. This team of qualified and passionate providers specializes in diagnosis, treatment, and prevention of sports-related injuries for all athletes, including some Denver Broncos players. Their experts understand the unique demands your body faces, so you'll get personalized treatment plans combining things like physical therapy, injury prevention strategies, and strength training. This isn't just about fixing what's broke. It's about preventative care, performance enhancement, and getting you back to peak condition safely and quickly. So don't let an injury keep you on the bench, or even better, get proactive about your health. For more information, visit mountain.commonspirit.org. Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the 8-2 Denver Broncos.
Damn straight. Damn straight.
Unc, I got a question for you. As we've been talking about Jew and whatnot, and obviously the news surfaced this week that Coach Prime made a change in terms of the offensive play caller. How different do you think this offense can look with Julian, in kind of a short turnaround, right? It can't look drastically different, right? Because we're still in season. It's still technically the same offense, right? But how different can people expect this offense to look with Coach Bart calling plays and Juju under center this week?
Well, I think that personalities come into play, and people's tendencies come into play. And one of the things that you're going to have, and this is, just a somewhat of an assumption, but it's a logical historical assumption. When you look at a guy like a coach Brett Bartolone, coming from that Mike Leach tree, when you walk into his office, and he has a placard on his desk that says PhD in attacking. And, you know,
Mm,
sometimes people have a different mindset about what opportunities to take and win. And I think more importantly than what we as fans look for, it puts the defense, you know, in a totally different position of what you have prepared for.
facts.
Because it's not so much about the playbook, as you said, Scotty, former quarterback, you're in November. You ain't changing the entire playbook or
Right.
doing some completely new installs.
Yeah.
But you do have a different mindset as far as what to do in this situation. So I'm looking more so for what looks different situationally than
Facts.
I am actual plays.
I think that's a hell of an answer, Unc. I ain't gonna lie. That's a hell of an answer. And I think personality, the words you use at the gate, is so on point because that is something that I think Brett Bartolone can show through this game. Like he can show his personality through this offense, particularly situationally, third and short, you know, fourth and short potentially, being more aggressive on fourth down, being more aggressive, period. Maybe even on first down with some shots like Jake alluded to earlier. I think Brett Bartolone's personality is something that I would love to see tomorrow through this offense's lens. I think that's an awesome answer.
Yeah, great point.
And you know, one of the, it's hard for Joe Fan to see this because they're going to think about the tight ends as far as catching the ball and scoring the ball
Right.
when their primary job in this offense is being aggressive blockers. You know, just as much as the specialists have been, the tight end play in that regard has been high this year, and it's been high this year because of what Coach Brett instills in them, and that's like take it to the man, like take your feet to his feet. You know,
Yeah.
stand on his feet, go face mask to face mask with him. He is an attack guy. He is an aggressive guy. That's his personality and how he came up in the ranks playing receiver himself all the way through coaching. And so I think that's what you look for as far as the nuances and the difference in who's calling a play is their individual personalities, their individual tendencies.
For sure.
Great point, Sunk. I mean, you also obviously were at Jackson when Coach Bartolone was the OC there and play caller for Coach Prime. Then, I mean, I guess what did you really notice about Brett in that spot? You know, as a coach, I guess as a personality, and also just, I mean, how much has he, I guess, grown since then? Because it's been what 4 years, three or 4 years since then. It's been quite a while.
Yeah. Wow. Exactly. Three football seasons for sure. One of the things I noticed about him is, and this is, you know, something that he says with his own voice, when it's football time, it's football time. He's kind of a no nonsense guy. Is relaxed and jovial he can be when it's not football time. When it's football time, it's football time. It's time to lock in and go. And so he's about the details. He's about the little things. He's kind of like on that Coach Prime level of observant and being able to see the details and what went right or what went wrong with the play and how to replicate it or how to eliminate it. And I think that his growth, you know, since the Jackson State OC days, you know, has been attached to him coaching and being involved in different positions. You know, whether that's receivers, whether that's tight
Yep.
ends, whether that's pass game coordinator, or other titles that he's had in the organization, the points of emphasis. And one of the things that it absolutely shows from that time, you know, to now is along the lines of a Gunnar Wright is how much Coach Prime appreciates and trusts him.
Most definitely.
Love that.
We spent a good amount of time talking about the offense. I want to talk about the defense a little
Yeah.
bit. Coach Prime said something on Tuesday that I thought in the moment it was a joke because it made me chuckle a little bit. But as we've gone through the week, I've realized that he low-key was not playing around, that he was dead serious when he said that he wished he could suit up this weekend because of how thin and injured they are at cornerback. And we saw last night that Makari's out, RJ Johnson is out, DJ McKinney is now doubtful and in jeopardy of, I think, missing his first game as a Buff. What do you just kind of make of guys potentially like Ivan Yates having to step up in that cornerback room on Saturday or tomorrow?
Well, one of the things that happened a year ago, after last November and going into the bowl game and after bowl game, is that this recruiting staff went after depth, went after talent and depth, and you achieved that, and that's why you really got a next man up philosophy is not just cliche. You know, you really do have talent in that room that can stand up. And Coach Prime is one of those guys, man, that like he doesn't make excuses. Early on in the season, where people were talking about all the money that was flying around in college football programs and
Yeah.
how Colorado, you know, budget wise could not compete. And he would tell you then it's not about money. And he'll say that now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we know it's quote unquote talking heads, money has a lot to do with it. He'll say the same thing about the injury list, like next man up, and
Yeah.
we just got to go out there and play ball. Well, the fact of the matter is, the injury list can impact you, particularly when it's wide and as deep as ours is right now currently. But you also have to admit in the test that that was the game plan all along, is to not be in that position like you were the first 2 years, where you just had just a significant drop off
Right.
between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3, and that has been fixed. So these guys get a wonderful opportunity, man. We got this game here in West Virginia. You got three left. You got three in the kitty, and if you win these three, you got a bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
What better statement for a guy to come off the bench, help give you a win? Then you got a bye week, and some of these other guys could be
Right.
back. But if not, you still have the confidence in the newer guys who stepped up. So Prime is not going to make any excuses, man, about the injury report. I glance over it and go like, "Ooh, that's a long list." And it's been a long list compared to our opponents. When you go by
Definitely.
the past 3 or 4 weeks,
Yep.
they've had 2 or 3 guys out. We've had like 15, and so it impacts you, right? Because now you're going with the guy that may quote unquote have the ability and the talent because you recruited them, and they've had practice and scout team reps, but they're lacking in game reps. But no one's making an excuse about it, Jake.
I mean, well said. Well said. I mean, guys are just gonna have to step up. That's really been the story of defense. I don't know, before the Iowa State game even. I mean, guys just have to step up. You saw it in that Iowa State game. They were able to step up. This is a massive opportunity this weekend for this team. So you're gonna need to see guys step up. The chat's talking about it right now, Unc, so I'm just gonna bring it to your attention and ask you about it. I think Jack Hystera is the only player to really leave the program and come back in the Coach Prime era. I don't know what Coach Prime's stance is on that, but Dylan Edwards just is planning to re-enter the portal. Unc, is there potentially an open door? Does Coach Prime rock like that when it comes to the transfer portal? Or maybe even just your thoughts on Dylan re-entering the portal.
Yeah, well, God bless Dylan, man. Good kid. Wish nothing but the best for him. First time hearing this news, and I can't speak to it specifically as far as Coach Prime slash Dylan goes, but from a philosophical standpoint, man, this is why Coach Prime sits down with guys and helps them when they want to transfer. He's not a bridge burning guy; he's a bridge building guy. And I think, Jake, you remember a couple years ago we were in Salt Lake and we ended up needing to shoot the show at a hotel that you used to work at.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, based on the way you left that hotel, we were able to film at that hotel.
Facts.
And a lot of times, man, how you leave situations, because it's an old saying, two mountains will never meet, but two men always will. And so you have to be careful on how you leave things, because you never know when there could be an opportunity for it to re-encounter with that person. So that's why Coach Prime operates the way he operates. JB, although he did not fully
Right.
transfer, got in the
Mm-hmm.
portal and was welcomed back, with tears in the meeting. So
Right.
I don't think that's the kind of thing that Coach Prime is just adamantly against. But I do think it's one of those things where, how did the person leave? How were they here? What is the circumstance for them re in the portal? But I don't see him being against just blanket statement, anybody returning to any situation, because that's just not how I find him to be wired.
We'll see what happens with Dylan. But yeah,
It's
best
gonna
of
be
luck to him,
interesting
man.
because obviously it was a weird season for him, right? He gets
Yeah.
hurt on his literal first touch of the season.
Yeah.
Back in week 0.
Yeah.
Came back, I think, for 2 games a few weeks after that.
If that, I feel like we've been doing this every week. Is Dylan going to play or not?
And, it's just been probably the weirdest football season of his life, certainly. And for the news to drop, today that he's entering the portal, he's taking a red shirt this year. So I think he would have 2 years left, correct, if I'm
Yep.
not mistaken?
Yep.
It's going to be interesting to see how that kind of transpires. But, yeah, I would be curious to see or to know kind of Coach Prime's philosophy on that. I assume it would be kind of a case-by-case basis and not just no, I don't allow people back, or, yeah, you can come back. It'll probably be a case-by-case, and it'll probably be exactly what Unc is talking about. It'll probably have to be a little bit about how you left and whatnot. So that'll be interesting. But like you said at the top, Unc, I'm definitely wishing the best for Dylan Edwards.
All right, Neely, let's do prime players.
All right. I try to remember mine.
I got you, bro.
Did y'all like how I jokingly included the quarterback? That was my shot at arcade.
Yes. I mean, I almost did the same thing, honestly, because apparently we could just pick the quarterbacks.
Yeah, I was gonna say you wouldn't be the only one who would have done that.
All right, here's our Taco Bell prime players for tomorrow's game. Let's see who knows some. Let's see who knows Bell. We couldn't even evaluate who knows Bell the last couple weeks. Let's hope we can at least evaluate that and see if our picks come home. Offense. You want to start us, Scotty?
Sure, I can start us, man. Come on now. Come on now.
Go ahead.
I'm going with my dog, man. I'm going with Joseph Williams, man. I'm going with JoJo. I think with Julian Lewis in the mix, man, with his ability to push the football down the field. I think JoJo's deep threat ability, along with the other receivers. Like, I think Omarion would be a good pick. I think Sincere would be a good pick. But I think JoJo and Juju have a rapport together that I think has been building since the spring, was building throughout the fall. And I think in Juju's first start, he's going to oftentimes be looking for number 8. And I think JoJo Williams has another big day.
Go ahead, Unc.
I use the same logic with my pick. I'm going with O. Miller. I think that the connection that they had last game, even if it's undiscussed, unplanned, let's prove that wasn't a fluke. I'm going to be looking for you, brother. Just shoot your hand up and the ball is coming. And so I'm going with Omarion Miller for my offensive player of the game because I think Juju and O want to prove that wasn't just a one offer.
Most definitely.
That's who I picked too. I'm going with O, man. You've seen the flashes a lot this year. And I think that now with Julian back there, they have someone who can get Omarion 7 targets, potentially more, hopefully more.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to look for him early and often. I mean, what was it? 3 minutes into when Julian entered the game, like 3 minutes of real time until he found Omarion for that 59-yard touchdown.
His first completion. Was a touchdown, Omarion.
He was looking for him early. I think he's going to do the same again this week. And, the secondary, they're all right. They're not bad. But I think that Omarion can have his way with the secondary.
Most definitely.
Sure. RK picked Julian.
I want to point out something, fellas. My Juju, I saw was still entered there, but it was really just a shot at RK. Like, I'm picking O, but I knew that guy was going to pick the quarterback, so I was like, let me get him.
Well, he picked Julian Lewis, the guy who's going to touch the ball in every single play.
Great pick.
I mean, I almost did it too. I can't believe
I thought about it.
Defense. I'll go first. There's not been a lot of consistency, but I think that if there is one bright spot you can find, maybe besides Tawfiq Bayard, who is, did anyone pick him, by the way?
Nope. Tawfiq, no.
There we go. Besides Tawfiq Bayard, who's clearly been the most consistent player, I think Preston Hodge has played really well the last couple of weeks.
He has.
And
I agree with you.
I think that, with Scotty Fox Jr., a young quarterback on their side, you're going to have some chances to make some plays on the football. With Preston playing in the slot, kind of, he's going to get a lot of action. I mean, pre and post snap, Preston's going to have to deal with a lot of motions, a lot of options, RPO type of stuff going his way. And he's seen enough of this stuff to going against a freshman like this. I'm just expecting him to have a big game and make a game-changing play. So shout out Preston Hodge. That's my pick.
I love that. Who you got, Unc?
Man, one of the things I got to say before I name my name is you guys know Bell and Ball because whenever you pick somebody in the logic to which you pick them, God, I hope you're right. Like it's just, it's one of those things that the names we pick and the reasons we pick them, if those things happen, you win the game. So I like that about Hodge. I went, again, a level up because I think tackling is just going to be key again. And I went with a linebacker. And whereas I could have, closed my eyes and just drew straws between JB, Tay French, and Reggie Hughes, I went with the homeboy Reggie Hughes out of Mississippi, number 50, to lead this team in tackles because we're going to have to make some crucial open field tackles in the middle of the field, and I'm counting on Reggie Hughes to be there as defensive player of the game.
Gotta have it. I mean, West Virginia's they're going to come out running the football.
Yep.
And try to make Colorado prove that they can stop it.
QB run too.
It's going to be big on that front four. Those guys at linebacker, Reggie included. I went with, as you see it on the screen, I went with true freshman. It might just be a freshman day tomorrow.
I mean, look, we've been kind of moving towards this youth movement for a few weeks now.
For real. And Alexander McPherson missed, obviously, last week, I believe, with an injury. So he's back this week, obviously. And I think with some other injuries on the defensive front, Amari McNeil out,
Right.
Fellow true freshman Christian Hudson out, I think Alexander McPherson is going to be on the field a lot tomorrow. And if he's on the field a lot, that means some production, some TFLs, potentially a sack or two is going to come with that. So give me the young bull for my defensive player of the game.
And once again, before I go with my sleeper, let me say, God, I hope you're right, because that is an excellent analysis and exactly what this team needs to go to victory. Sleeper,
Well,
I
hold
put
on.
another little bracket at, huh?
RK picked Jeremiah Brown.
I'm sorry.
So
Sorry
RK
about
went
RK.
with the other linebacker, probably similar to your line of thinking. I mean, look, the linebackers, if they step up, I think they give you a great chance of winning. I mean, that's been part of the tackling issues the last couple of weeks is that second level, the defense just hasn't really given you anything. So that's RK's pick. Go ahead, Unc.
I love it, RK. And I'm telling you this, RK. I wouldn't be surprised if a linebacker gets a pick or a forced fumble tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that.
God, I hope you're right,
sleeper, my sleeper is another guy that is going to have some connectivity to the freshman quarterback. But I'm going with him not only, and he can be a quick check down route for Juju, but also what he can do on special teams. I'm going for Q for 6 for sleeper because I really, really think that we can flip the field or score one on special teams with Q for 6. So he's my sleeper.
Definitely. It's only a matter of time, man. It's only a matter of time.
It really is.
I went with Zach Atkins. He had 5 catches last week, which was a season high. His previous season high was 2 catches. His most involvement in the passing game came in Brett Bartolone's first game calling plays. Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah,
so give me
good call.
Zach Atkins for another big day. Potentially getting his first. Well, I guess it wouldn't be his first touchdown because I guess he technically has a touchdown from that Houston game when he fell on that Ryan Staub fumble in the end zone. But give me Zach Atkins as my sleeper of the game. I feel like he's going to be involved and be a security blanket, so to speak, for Juju.
Love that.
I had to do any, meeny, miny, mo between tight end and Q for 6. So I'm with you on that one.
Hell yeah.
I went with Micah. Micah's been really quiet recently.
Yeah.
And Dallin is kind of, taking the lead in that backfield the last month or so. I just think with Julian in the game, it's going to change some things for the running game too. Just the value of being able to complete some passes consistently.
Yeah.
To being able to attack the intermediate and deep areas of the field. Like, again, if it just means one less player is crowding the box on a 2nd and 5 or whatever,
sure.
like that's where Micah thrives. So I'm expecting a big game from Dallin as well. I think the running game, this might be the best we see the running game all year, just if you have a complementary passing attack to go with it.
And I hope so.
Also, I just think this is the defense that you're most prone to being able to run against.
For sure.
Especially of the most recent games you've had. Arizona, Utah, BYU. These teams have really good defensive fronts.
Yeah.
West Virginia is a team in rebuild mode. They had 50-plus transfers this year.
They can be had.
They can be had. RK went with Quanell X-Farrakhan, who's been starting to get some more play as well. He's also... And I hope this is what he was thinking. He was the guy that Julian was looking for in that Delaware game.
True.
So, this freshman connection, I'm sure he's got a connection with Quanell as well. Julian's just going to be looking for his guys. We mentioned 2 of them. I'm sure Quanell, Q for 6 is one of them. He loves this wide receiver core. Like, these guys all love playing together. Like,
definitely.
We've not talked about that, but the chemistry with the pass catchers and the quarterback right now, it's going to be the best we've seen all year.
And Jake, to that point, which is why when I had Q for 6, I had return our specialist in parentheses. I think a Q for 6, not that he is, been slacking by any means. What does it mean as a freshman returner to get your guy, freshman QB, the most advantageous field position you can?
Yeah.
Instead of him starting on his 20 or 30, you start him on the other side at the 40. I think if we can have those kind of setups in this game, that just bodes well for Juju's success to a tight end, the running game, or one deep pass to the end zone. Starting with special teams, man. We can flip that field position. We got something special going.
100%, man. And that's part of why I feel good going into this game is, again, this is not like a terrible or a bad football team. Like, it's been a lot of bad breaks, I think. And, obviously the last 2 weeks have just been about as bad as they possibly could be. Like, I'm not defending that at all, but you saw it in the Iowa State game. Like, whether it's one return, one deep shot, one big run, a fourth down conversion, a big third down conversion, whatever it is. Like, I truly think that this team is like one big play away from a spark catching on and finally being able to build something on both sides of the ball.
And to that regard, that's our ability and talent that we can put a 50 burger on somebody.
For
Yes.
sure.
It's what has happened to us the past 2 weeks. This team is definitely capable of doing in the next 3 weeks. It just takes that spark. It takes all three phases showing up, and as Marshall Falk will tell you, it takes blocking and tackling. And those two areas, particularly tackling in those 50-piece games, is where we really gave it up at. Sure, we had a big play, but even in those big plays, man, the guy was touched 6 times. You gotta bring them down, and that's a want-to factor. And I think because of this quarterback change, because of 3 games being left in the season, and you need all three, got a bye week after this one. Why not start with this one and improve on everything that you bring to the table and fly back to Boulder with a win?
Save the season, man.
I hope they show up pissed off tomorrow, man.
Please.
After the last 2 weeks wanting to drop 50 burger of their own on somebody, I hope that's the team that shows up from the opening kickoff.
Because West Virginia's coming in feeling like they can do that too. They're going to come in feeling super juiced up and confident that, everyone else can do it. Why not us?
Exactly. And they can come in with
Man,
confidence.
you got to believe that that's their goal, Jake. Well said. Why would you want to see a team get 50 hung on the 2 weeks in a row and you be the team that only hangs 10?
Right.
So they're going to come out motivated. We all know, the personality of Coach Rich Rod, like the firebrand that he is. He and Coach Prime, they lead with their personalities, even though they're two different personalities. So you better believe he has them fired up in that regard. Like, hey, these guys aren't known for being physical. Let's be physical. They've given up 50 points. I want 60. That's the talk that's taking place over there. And so what it says to me is what we got to do first is just hit them in the mouth.
Yep. 100%. All right, let's do our final word from Taco Bell for Prime players, and then we will wrap up the show, get the super chats, final thoughts, all that. You ready, Alyssa? All right, here's one last word from Taco Bell.
Please welcome to the field Rob Alvarado, CEO and president of Taco Bell in Alvarado Restaurant Nation, as he presents a check for $500,000 benefiting the Crawford Family Whole Student Athlete Program. Accepting tonight's generous gift is the Crawford Family Whole Student Athlete Director, Dr. Teresa Hernandez, Rick George, and the rest of the University of Colorado. We thank you, Rob Alvarado and Taco Bell.
Shout out to Taco
Shout out
Bell,
Taco
man.
Bell.
The squad.
Oh, show. We'll get Neely back here very, very shortly. But, yeah, man. You got to be, especially the fact that it's like Julian's first start. Hey, what's up?
Hey.
You're undergoing this youth movement. You've had to change at play caller. Like, if I'm on the team tomorrow, I've got to be feeling like walking into this game like, you know what? That just wasn't us the last 2 weeks. This was a different team. Like, and the fact that, people are starting to think of us as more so the team that was the last 2 games, as opposed to what you saw against BYU
The week before.
Iowa State.
Yeah.
There's instances, Georgia Tech, a top 10 team in the country. You know what I mean? Like, that would piss me off. So I hope that's the mentality they come in with. Let's go to the chat and we'll do final thoughts.
Chatski.
JC asks, never been to Colorado. Broncos game was awesome last night. Now my first time at the bar. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what to get. Oh,
Shout out Jason.
Ralphie.
hello, JC.
Get that Ralphie. Thanks.
Yeah, get the
that
Ralphie. Yeah, get the chicken Caesar wrap. We have, I don't know
The
if
sliders are fired too.
we do.
What's today? This is Friday.
Yeah.
Get 2 Ralphie's, eat one tonight, save the other one for Sunday. But don't put it in the
Sunday's
refrigerator. Leave it out.
Dry age it.
Oh my god.
We have some other new stuff coming. I tried something in the back yesterday of the kitchen. Just New
Really?
menu items coming. Yeah.
Really?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta
Stay
watch
tuned.
that phrasing, Jay.
Pause.
I think I might
Try
even eat.
something new. I tried something new in the back. Is not what you
Relax.
Whoa.
Relax.
Wow.
Wow.
I might actually try brunch here for the first time tomorrow before our watch along.
If
at
you
10
show
a.m.
up at 10 a.m. or before for the game, I'm pretty sure we open at like 9 or 9:30 for the game tomorrow. Get the breakfast sandwich. Delicious. We got chicken and waffle. We got all kinds of stuff here. Pancakes,
I'm gonna tap in.
whatever you want. Super chat from Tom. I can hardly see that, Alyssa.
I said this is an 18-year-old. You got it.
This is an 18-year-old true freshman's first start in a major Power 4 football game. Let's make sure, as fans, we give Juju unlimited grace tomorrow, no matter what happens. Hashtag SCO. That's a very,
Well
very
said.
important message. Well said, Tom.
Hell yeah, Tom.
Anything else? Final thoughts. Final thoughts, score prediction, whatever you want to say as we head into this game.
You got a chance to rewrite the entire season right now. You know, the old college football adage, they remembered November, is true. And it couldn't be more truer for this 2025 version of the Colorado Buffs. You're sitting on 3 wins as you go into November. You got 3 games left. You can literally take care of business, become bowl eligible, and with that momentum, win a bowl game, and then change the narrative of the entire season. And what better way to do it if you're trying to write a 30 for 30, a behind the music, or doing some Sports Center ESPN documentary from years from now? What better way to do it than after a quarterback change? Not a linebacker change or a lineman
Thanks.
change or a free safety change. After a quarterback change, and the quarterback happens to be a true safety. What a beautiful damn story we can write starting tomorrow. I say let's pick up the pen and don't put it down until after the 3rd win. That was a bar.
That was a bar. For real, for real. And I'm going to keep it at being, if Colorado wins tomorrow, in my mind, they want to know.
Exactly. 100%.
They're 1-0. You know what I'm saying? This is a new quarterback. This is a new team, in my opinion. That's how important the quarterback change is, particularly when you're literally handing the keys to a true freshman.
Yeah.
A highly touted one. So, well said. This could potentially be the beginning of a new era. And if that new era starts off on the right foot, like we think it could, ooh-wee. I feel bad for all the haters out there.
I don't know how I can follow that up from both of y'all at this point. But look, it's a new era. It's very exciting. It's going to be different, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But as Tom said, that was a wonderful message.
It was.
This is a very young player. Have some grace with this kid, though, man. Have some fun, but realize like this is the start of a process of like
Yes.
potentially 30 or 40 games this kid starts for the Colorado Buffaloes. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
God willing. But this is like the very first chapter. I mean, the first words haven't even been written in the book yet. This really starts
For real.
tomorrow. So I can't wait, man. I mean, it's really feels to me like a new era of Colorado football starting tomorrow. I'm excited for Julian. I'm excited for his family. I'm excited for the team. Yeah, just cannot wait for this to all go down. We do have
Yeah, it starts tomorrow, man. And I hope that this team, particularly starting with Juju, just has fun, and winning is fun,
Facts.
right?
Yes.
Like remove the stress from this situation.
Yeah.
You know, you're playing with house money. You got a coupon at the casino. Like you can't lose, and because you can't lose, go out there and have fun. It's light pole to light pole. We got to be home before the street lights come on. Just go back to that mentality of when football was fun as a kid, and have some damn fun tomorrow, and you will win the game.
100%.
Love that. All right, final super chat, then we'll get out of here. Don Peasy, what's up? He says, I truly believe big homie Brett can be a good OC. Unc can tell you best, but in 22, JSU was up 24-3 at half on FAMU going into the second half. Prime told big homie Brett to empty the clip. JSU won 59-3 week 1. Hell yeah.
And the exact quote was to empty the clip.
Big homie Brett.
I mean, look, it's kind of like a burn the boats type of game, like a now or never. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you really are embarking on a new era tomorrow. Nothing matters up until this game, this prep, what's going to happen on the field tomorrow. So, yeah, just cut it loose, man. That goes for Brett. That goes for Julian. That
Yeah.
goes for Coach Prime, whatever decisions he's going to have to encounter, everyone with the program tomorrow.
It's a unique opportunity for Brett Bartolone, too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Bring all the stops.
Yep.
Burn the boats. I'm excited for it.
I'm excited for these variations of browns you're rocking tonight. Like you got the brown hat, the brown undershirt, the brown what is that? A shacket, a shirt jacket. Like I am loving.
Little flannel, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like it.
We like to put
like,
the browns together, you know what I'm saying?
Scotty, you a mofo, man. I
You
got
and I
something for you,
both.
Scotty.
You said what?
I got something for you.
Hey, that makes me happy.
I got one from me and one from your evil twin.
And on that
dead.
note, we will head out. We got post game right after the show again. The watch along. We'll be live right before 10. We'll say 9:55. We'll be live.
Pull up.
So watch the game with us tomorrow. We'll see y'all then. Let's go Buffs.
Have a pancake for me.
We all silly like the mayor.